Hey, 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 it's Shel Anderson from Shel's Creative Corner and Shel Anderson Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com and I can be reached anytime by email at andersonshel@gmail.com. I'd like to welcome you today to Stamp with Shel. We are going to be having a play with a gorgeous new stamp set called Party Puffins. And these guys are so cute. Today we are going to do 3 cards. One for a beginner crafter, one for a crafter that has crafted a while but is not, who is still just learning, and then we're going to do one for an avid crafter. So we're going to step it up each time. So we're going to start out our first one. Right off the hop, I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and score a piece of basic white cardstock. And this is 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to score that at 4 1/4. And this is going to be, like I said, a very basic, simple card for somebody who is just learning how to stamp. So I thought perhaps we would make this a very simple birthday card. And my stamp is stuck to my case. There we go. That is what I envision for this first card. Very simple. I wonder if this one's a little bit bigger. There we go. We're going to stamp these all at once right onto the card front. So wish me luck that we don't have any mishaps, or we will be cutting another piece of cardstock. I do not have my Stamparatus with me at the trailer today, so we're going old school with our blocks. So I'm trying to be careful not to get any edges, but yet get good coverage. And there we go. Give that some good firm pressure. There we have it. All right. We're going to keep this as simple as possible. The whole idea when we have new stampers is that we want to show them that it's really easy to make a card. Takes very little effort, very little supplies, and turns out amazing, which encourages them to want to learn more, to make the cards a little more detailed. Actually, I'm going to do the plate pink too. And this is dark polished pink, I believe. No, light polished pink. All right. Now, the rest of my cake is going to be pale papaya. And if you hear any background noise, I apologize for that. My husband is sanding chairs out in the driveway. So it's a little bit noisy. And his beak and his feet are going to be dark papaya. And we'll use some daffodil for and I'm just going to fill in this guy a little bit because it didn't stamp really, really well. So I want to make sure that there's no white spots in this. Alright, there we have our super quick, super easy beginner stamper card. Okay, so that's the first one. Now we're going to step it up a little bit. We are going to use a colored, let me move this out of the way. We're going to use a colored card base this time. And we are going to use a bit of DSP. And this DSP that I've chosen is the Pattern Party DSP. And we're just going to put that right flat on the front. Nothing too fancy. Oops. Clumsy here. There we go. Alright. So now we're adding some color. Let's add a panel to the inside so we have a nice place to write our greeting. Glue. All right, super easy so far, but as you can tell, we're already a step up on this, right? So for this panel, what are we going to do differently? How about we use the tailored tag punch and a piece of this scrap, and we're going to stamp the happy birthday greeting. Well, maybe we are if I can get it off the case. There we go. We're going to stamp the happy birthday greeting in Memento Black, and then we'll punch it out. You know what? Let's do this really fun. I'm going to pick Garden Green is the color of ink or color of cardstock that I have. So I am just going to grab my Garden Green ink spot, and we're going to stamp this greeting in green. Alright, we'll stamp this like so. So this is going to be a little step up from the black. And we're going to punch this greeting and put it on with dimensionals. So that is going to be adding dimension to this card, right? Still very simple, very easy. And for the card itself, I am just going to stamp these two guys in the black. So we're going to use the same stamps below. We'll just step it up a bit. See if I can get him inked super well this time. And something like that. Oh, we have a shadow. See that? Good thing there's two sides to this cardstock. We'll give it another whirl. I think perhaps it's because I rocked my block, because these guys are not, they're on a block that's too big now. The block is not balanced. So I'm going to try to go down to a different block. Actually, we're going to stamp it individually. All right, let's try this again. All right, so far so good. Let's get the cake on here and give it a whirl. Alrighty. So there we have that. And let's do this cake a little differently. We're going to do Granny Apple Green icing on here. Just to be different. And I don't have a whole lot of Stampin' blends here. I just grabbed a handful. So we're just going to make do with what we have. And we're going to use Pale Papaya for the cake plate and the candles and the hat. And this is the dark, so we will put it on his beak and his feet as well. Still super, super simple. Basically, we're doing the same thing as we did last time, different colors. We're just going to pop up that greeting and add some DSP. Just like so. All right, now let me grab some dimensionals and we're going to pop our greeting on here. Well, I've got it stuck to my finger. All right, let's get these paper backings off. Pardon me. And we will pop on our greeting. And just for fun, no, I don't think we have that much margins. I was going to pop that up, but I guess we're just going to put this flat down. If I popped it up, you wouldn't be able to see very much of the DSP. So there we have it. So we're adding that, and perhaps we will add a little bit of bling. And I have these really cute, oops, yeah, let's go this way. I have these really cute little rhinestones here. We will add a little bling. And make this happy. So super basic, and now we're stepped up a layer. I have a little smudge on here. I'm going to see if I can erase that off. Yep. There we go. So, super simple, stepped up a bit, and now we are going to continue on and see if we can make another card, stepping it up even a little bit more. All right, so I have a card base, and this one is crushed curry, and I have a card liner that we're going to pop on the inside. All right, so now I pulled 3 different pieces of cardstock, or actually 1 DSP and some cardstock, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. Let's move these markers out of the way. I do have a set of dies here, so if I chose a different guy, actually I think I'm going to go with the same guy. I just need to find a square that he's going to fit in. I think this one will work. I'm going to put it as a diamond, and then we're going to go to the other side. Oops, this one goes down here, and we're going to find a stitched rectangle. That one will do. All right, so I'm going to need a square in white and a stitched square in the granny apple green. I was going to call it lemon lime twist. I think that's been a while. Okay, so I need plate number 1, plate number 2, and plate number 2. Now, let's see how big this needs to be. And we will trim this out because I just have my mini here. And we will die cut our square. Now typically square dies work better if you angle them a little bit, but on this machine, because it's so little, that's very difficult to do. So there's our square, and now we're going to do the same with the scallop square on the green. All right, plates here. All right, there's that piece. All right, we can get this guy out of the way. And put our scrap all up there. All right, so I need this piece to be 4, and it is, by 5 1/4. All right. I wonder, look at that. I will be able to use that inside. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. And we will trim this to 3 3/4. And we're going to trim it down. Let's see how wide this is. This is 1.5 inches. So if I do it at 3/4, I should be able to put a piece at the top and a piece at the bottom to decorate the inside. Let's see. Yep, that's going to work just fine. So we're going to attach those on there right off the hop, so they're out of the way. There's one. And there is number 2. Doesn't that make the inside look happy? All right, we're going to put this piece on the outside. Like so. That's very happy. Now, let's work on our little guy. I will go on there after. We need to stamp him in Memento Black. A block. There we go. So by adding multiple layers to this card and doing some die cutting, we're stepping it up yet again. I'm just showing them how easy it is to do increasingly more complex cards without it really being any harder, because we're basically doing the same thing, only adding a few more elements each time. This time I'm going to concentrate on the yellows a bit more. Just like so. And then we will use the dark pale papaya in here. And we're going to use the dark granny apple green for his little hat. Trying to pull the colors from the DSP as well as the cardstocks that I chose. Alright, he looks pretty happy. So we are going to glue this flat onto this scallop square. And by doing this, we're also showing our customers that you can change the orientation of a square, make it a diamond, so it's doing double duty with your dies, right? All right, so let's bring our card base in, and this is going to go on here like so. And I need a different greeting this time. I've used Make-A-Wish and I've used Happy Birthday. And I think I'm going to use a different punch this time. I think I'm going to use this one. So I need something that's going to fit in there. How about From All of Us? That's kind of cool. I just have to get this one off the case carefully. There we go. And a block. Some Memento ink. And a piece of scrap. Like so. Well, sir, now I've got it stuck to the block. They sure do stick. All right, so now I'm going to punch this guy out. Like so, just centering it in the punch. And I'm going to punch another one out of here. Let me see if I have room for one more. Ooh, look at that, I do. All right, so we're utilizing punches and dies both on this card. And this is going to show them if we cut one this way and one this way, we're going to be able to back our greeting and give it a shadow effect, which will make it pop, all using the same punch. And I don't know about you, but when I first saw this, when I was a new stamper and first saw this, it was really amazing to me that we could do this. Now we could leave that just like that, or we can add these to it. This time I think I'm just going to leave it and just have it like so. But we could have very easily added those two pieces to it. So now I'm going to flip all of these over and we're going to put dimensionals on the back. And I'm also going to grab some, either some ribbon or some twine. I'm not sure which. I know I have white ribbon here, which would go good. Let me see what I have here. I have some white twine too. Maybe I'll just use some white twine because my ribbon is quite wide and we don't want it. Oh boy, I guess I should have tried to find the end of this before we, oh, look at this. Hot mess. Hot mess. There's the end right there. All right, let's just take off what I'm going to need and I'll deal with that afterwards. All right, let's put one. We'll go around here a couple times. Actually, I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to double this way. And then I'll tie my bow. I've got a little too much. Oops, I'm pulling the wrong one. Pull this one. I'll even this out. And let's see what I got here. Okay, that's good. This way it's going to be a more substantial looking bow, because baker's twine, one strand of baker's twine doesn't show very well. So for this one, I am just going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to tie my bow. Like so. I like to tie my bows upside down. They seem to work better for me. And then we'll just hold the center and figure out our best bow. All right, let's chop these tails off. And now we can slide this where we want it. This can go up here, and this guy down here. I'm definitely going to put this bottom piece on first to make sure I have lots of room on the card front. So I'm just going to put this right to the bottom of the card and centered from side to side. Maybe. There we go. Don't want any hanging over the edges. Alright, now we'll place this guy at the top. If we have to, we can overlap them just a bit. I think we might have enough room. Now we can go straight on, but I think I'm going to put him off to the side a little bit kittywampus, like so. And this time I'm going to bring in my black, matte black dots, and we are going to embellish with these. And I'm going to use the larger ones because I'm just going to scatter them here, there, and everywhere, like so. And there is our stepped up version for our avid stampers. Then we have our casual stampers. Oops. And then we have our new stampers, the ones that we want to show it's not hard to stamp and make a cute card. So there you have it. That is our stepped up Party Puffins birthday cards. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini class, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I welcome all your comments. Thanks very much, folks. Bye-bye.